Morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good day, good moment to you, wherever and whenever you are on this sweet, wild, sacred earth. I'm Julie Ling, and this is the Voice of Wonder. Thank you for joining me. I'm so happy that you're here. I invite you to simply notice how you are being breathed, the breath rising and falling, bringing you into the moment and helping you settle into the moment, and anything that isn't washing away like old bits of shell or detritus back to sea. Bringing you into your body and settling down into your body in the moment. Anything you no longer need, simply being released. Noticing the breath rising and falling, and rising and falling, and rising and falling. Bringing you home, bringing you home, bringing you home. And I invite you to listen to the flute and let it bring you deeper into this moment, this now here. That will never come again. Don't miss it. Join me here in the moment and let the flute bring you into your heart, into your home. And just noticing how you land, how you settle. There's a book that's been on my heart recently called The Runaway Bunny. It was written by, I believe, Margaret Weiss Browning, one of the two. I just looked it up, but I don't remember the exact words. And I used to read this book to my daughter when she was little, and I always loved it. And it's come up for me a number of times the last couple of years, and especially the last few weeks. And it's a really sweet book. A little bunny declares to his mom that he's going to run away. And she says, well, if you run away, I'll find you. And there's a person in my life who's been really, really angry with me that I have that sort of a role with. And I felt very hurt and wounded by the hurtful things that they said. And I recognized that they were in pain, expressing that pain. And I really didn't want to respond to that pain with more anger, rage, vitreousness, sharpness. And I wasn't sure how I did want to respond. And I still haven't yet, and I will when it's time. But I realized the energy of it was the energy of this book. And through the book, the bunny says things like, well, I'm going to run away and be a crocus in a hidden garden. And the mother says, well, if you become a crocus in a hidden garden, I'll become a gardener and I will find you. And she does. And the bunny says a bunch of other things. One of them is, if you become if you become this, then I will become a rock high on a mountain. And the mother bunny says, if you become a rock high on a mountain, I will become a mountain climber and I will climb to where you are. And it goes on and on and on. And finally, the little bunny says, well, then I might as well stay home and be your little bunny. And so he does. Have a carrot, says his mom. And I love the energy of that. And this morning, I've been thinking of how often I think we run away from ourselves. That part of us that gets scared, that part of us that gets hurt, that that part of it that just doesn't like how it is right now, it runs away. And I realized this morning that what I'd love is there's so much talk about reparenting. It's kind of become overused, blasé, tried, yeah. But really, that's the sort of mother I want to be to myself, to all those parts of me. I keep saying all parts welcome. That's the world I want to live in. That's the world I would love. I just used want, which is about lack. The world I would love to create. I would love to live in. It's maybe already here, just waiting for us to step into. And the energy of that is the energy of the mother and the runaway bunny. The part in the side of me that says, I'm running away and I'm going to go be a crocus in a hidden garden. That's kind of a dare for me to come and find her, them, him, it. And that's the energy I'd love with this other person in my life and with the parts inside of me that run away. How can I recognize when they're saying, I'm going to run away. I'm going to become a crocus in a hidden garden and become the gardener. Go into my own hidden garden. That's beautiful. A friend of mine uses a tagline on her emails that's from Rumi and says, we're all surrounded by beauty, but often we have to walk in a garden to become aware of it, something like that. How often do you walk in your own inner garden, which is filled with beauty? How often do you become the mother bunny and find the part of you that's run away? I just invite you to be with that for a moment. Maybe take a stroll in your own hidden garden. And in your own hidden garden, can you find the little bunny you that's been hiding? A week ago, a friend of mine who leads breathwork ceremonies invited us to meet ourselves with tenderness. And I burst into tears because I realized I very often say to other people, I feel so tender towards you right now. And I mean it, and I am. But it had never occurred to me to say that or to feel that towards myself. And I dissolved into a puddle of tears. I felt so sad that it had never even occurred to me to offer myself the same tenderness I offer to others. And I invite you to notice, are you able to meet yourself with the tenderness with which you meet others? And if you are, I invite you to settle into that and rest in that. And I invite you to cultivate it a little bit more. And if you're not, or you're new to the notion, I invite you, like me, to be tender towards yourself in that knowing. Oh, How sad that it never occurred to me to offer this to my own self. I invite you right now to practice offering tenderness to you, maybe for the first time, maybe for the 11th, maybe for the 11 millionth, to deepen it just a little bit more, because a shift of a single degree can change the trajectory of a lifetime. And if you can't access your own tenderness towards yourself, let in my tenderness towards you in this moment. Feel it as it pours through the flute from my heart to yours. I invite you to, when you notice yourself feeling flat or sad, or that you're suddenly really engaged in binge watching something on Netflix or playing a game on your phone you rarely play, or distracting yourself, to pause, to notice how you're already being breathed, and let that being breathedness bring you more into the present, more into your body, letting go of the distractions, maybe even for a moment or two. And notice what part of you has run away. And how can you be your own, no matter what your gender or non-gender, wherever you are on that beautiful spectrum. Be your own mother bunny. Nurture yourself. Access that tenderness towards you and the part of you that has run away and is waiting for you to become the gardener and to find the crocus in your hidden garden, or become the rock climber and find this part that's become a stone on a mountaintop. Because you can. And in some ways, maybe you're the only one who can. And what kind of freedom is it when you have the ability to meet yourself, to find yourself wherever you have run away? There are a lot of rabbits and bunnies in the place where I live, and they've just hatched. I mean, bunnies don't hatch. Maybe Easter bunnies do. I don't know. And maybe this sort of bunny is a bunny that's an invitation to renewal. So there you are. It's an Easter bunny in July. I've been seeing baby bunnies everywhere, and they are so cute and so sweet, and I want to just scoop them up and love on them, which of course I don't do. I stand really still and I watch and I talk to them with a quiet voice and revel in their beautiful innocence. What if you do that for the parts of you that are just born, just hatched, just young, still young? Find them and love them. That's my invitation to you today. To be a mother bunny to yourself and find your runaway bunny when you notice a part of you has run away. And remember, as you look for it, how beautiful little bunnies are. Can you find that beauty in your own self? I see it. And if beauty is in the eye of the beholder, who are you to argue with that? I invite you to take it in just a little bit more. Your own beauty, your own innocence, your own young parts, your own tenderness that's inside of you, just waiting to be accessed, just waiting to hold the parts of you that need it. I'm Julie Ling, inviting you to let your heart, the mother bunny inside of you, sing. for the runaway bunny waiting for you. Have a beautiful and a blessed, blessed day.